now that he's a Netflix producer, along with his 8-adult wife, Michelle, he's producing more racial division. The latest is called Leave the World Behind. It's a fictional thriller about the collapse of technology and what humans would do with no phones or computers. The movie follows a family on vacation at a rental house, and one night they're visited by a father and a daughter who show up seeking shelter. They say their phones no longer work and they need a place to stay. So immediately the white family, because they're evil, that's included in their DNA of course, is suspicious of the visitors because they're black. And it goes on and on and on like this. Here's a clip.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people.
You can't trust white people. They're evil. This is the guy, remember, who became famous at the Democratic Convention in 2004 by telling us there is no white America, there's no black America, it's just one America. But of course, that's not really a profit model in politics, is it? So he's been stoking race hatred ever since, and the disarray around us is...
This target, as you will see in this little trailer for tomorrow's bigger piece, is Michelle Obama. Watch.
Oh, man.
A former First Lady with her own podcast.
I'm Michelle Obama. People line up for my advice.
No, not her. This former First Lady.
I'm Megyn O. People need to hear from me. Many people don't understand. Not much is covered in the White House.
It's expensive to live in the White House. We made it through.
We got out alive.
But what happened to me?
What happened to me? No one talks about it. No.
Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson talk about Barack Obama. It's more than just criticky, it's sharp and direct. They move past usual talking points and take a closer look at the polished image of the former president, questioning what really happened during his time in office.
I think we're divorced.
Look, these are the kinds of things that I just miss, right? So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
People think that they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's
one of the most interesting moments in the 2008 campaign occurred when a man, like Obama himself, came from out of nowhere to recount his experiences with Barack Obama, the man. His name was Larry Sinclair, and he told an amazing story. He said that in 1999, he had encountered Barack Obama in Illinois, Barack Obama, and then used
Tucker and Megyn find it surprising that Obama still acts like the world is waiting for his advice. His style and speeches were memorable, but they argue that presentation doesn't always mean performance. Just because something sounds good doesn't mean the results followed.
Cy Hirsch piece. Here's the cliff notes. Obama colludes with Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer. Sunday morning calls Biden and says, you're done. Kamala's gonna 25th Amendment you, and you gotta step aside.
And who places the call?
Obama.
Obama does.
So Obama calls the sitting president and tells him,
Megyn watches clips of Obama and wonders how he made being distant seem like leadership. He promised hope and change, but she jokes that what many people got instead was loose change, small results. Hidden behind big words.
As I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And he's like, I'm teasing you, right? I was like, none of that.
Because he likes to tease.
Oh my God, yeah. But when me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We mercilessly go after him.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? Like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything.
Tucker compares Obama's presidency to someone giving motivational speeches while handling serious global issues. While his speeches were praised, Tucker points out issues like slow economic growth and controversial foreign policy moments.
The video of Biden at the debate in 2007 announcing that Barack Obama had an AIDS test.
I know Barack got tested for AIDS.
It's the funniest video ever. Biden said, well, I think, AIDS is a real problem in the African-American community.
And the community's engaged in denial.
And I think we should all get AIDS tests. Barack Obama had an AIDS test.
I know Barack got tested for AIDS.
There's a cutaway of Obama being like, I hate you.
It's an important thing.
Then Biden's like, which is totally good. And I think he's negative, but I mean, all men should get an answer.
There's no shame in being tested for AIDS.
Obama is so mad.
Megyn highlights the contradiction of someone speaking about unity while sounding disconnected. She says Obama often spoke as if he had all the answers but didn't invite real discussion. His messages sounded like sermons, but people eventually tuned out.
On the record, they can pretend all they want that it's just tabloid fodder that has led people to think they're on the outs. That oh yes, he appeared without her, here or there, and people, no. Okay, first of all, she didn't go to the Trump inauguration. She didn't go to the Jimmy Carter funeral. He's been spotted out at basketball games and out to dinner with their daughters repeatedly without her. You'd be hard-pressed to find a recent picture of the two of them together.
Tucker questions how Obama was seen as transformative. He jokes that the only things transformed were healthcare into something confusing and policies into slogans. While Obama remained calm and well-spoken, Tucker believes real action was often missing.
This 16-page document, and they say, Mr. President-elect, wait till you see the cool things we're doing all around the world. And they've sucked him in. They made him one of the guys. And then we get the feedback at the CIA. Oh, the president loved this. The president had a follow-up question on that. Oh, the president said, oh my God, when he read this.
It almost sounds like you're psychologically profiling the president.
I think that's exactly what they do.
And so they use the tools that they have employed for decades to subvert foreign governments, to subvert their own.
Megyn recalls how Obama often talked about transparency, but operated in ways that were hard to understand. His speeches, though elegant, often lacked direct answers. And she can't help but remember the media making a big deal out of small things like his tan suit while bigger issues were pushed aside.
Speaking of Barack Obama, he decided to drop a post on X today, and I thought, okay, maybe in the wake of the Pete Hegseth presser, he's going to say something like, no matter how you feel about the Iranian strike, hats off to our, boys in blue, our guys in the bombers. He went a different way. This is what it was.
Curious how you're thinking about this eulogy specifically in the moment and all the tensions that you just brought out.
I didn't even want to talk. I was so mad. Part of the reason I think I ended up having anything to say at that moment was when I heard some of the victims' families forgive the shooter. And I thought, all right, let's see if maybe this is a way America can hear me at this.
Tucker and Megyn reflect on how Obama handled healthcare and global affairs. They think he made healthcare more expensive despite promising the opposite. His global strategy, they say, often involved apologizing and stepping back. They also point out how much time he spent on talk shows rather than tackling real issues.
But I'd never read that Donald Young, this man Donald Young, called you and told you that he knew you'd had sex with Barack Obama.
That was the contact in late 2007 that I had that originally came under the guise that they were part of the Obama campaign.
Tucker finds it amusing how Obama tried to sound relatable, but often came off as distant. Megyn jokes about how he was treated like a superhero in the media, with every problem blamed on someone else. They say he didn't take much responsibility when things went wrong.
Tells Kamala Harris, you're going to be the nominee, but if you don't gain traction, if you're not popular, we're going to take you out too. I mean, it's all shocking. It sounds true.
If, in fact, the 25th Amendment is worthy of being invoked.
Yes.
If his condition is such that it needs to be invoked and then they don't invoke it, then they're leaving the country in a precarious position of being led by a man not in possession of his faculties. If, on the other hand, it's...
Megyn points out that Obama had a real talent for avoiding blame, no matter the situation. She jokes that during tough moments, he used elegant words and thoughtful pauses, but often stopped short of real action. It always sounded good but didn't always lead to clear solutions. Tucker agrees, saying that after leaving office, Obama seemed to shift more into the role of a media figure than a public servant. He appeared frequently on talk shows, launched a podcast, wrote best-selling books, and signed streaming deals. To them, it felt like leadership turned into branding and real accountability faded into the background.
When me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We mercilessly go after him.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? Like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything about becoming over there.
Megyn jokes that if Barack Obama truly wanted to make a difference, maybe the best thing he could do is take a break from the spotlight. She says his speeches sound impressive, but they often feel disconnected from the real struggles that everyday Americans face. The polished delivery, she adds, can sometimes distract from the lack of practical solutions. Tucker joins in with a laugh, pointing out how many still refer to Obama as a transformative leader. But for those looking closely, it's hard to say exactly what meaningful change was left behind. The words were powerful, but the results according to them fell short of the promise.
When me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We merciless.
I know. How do you not stop, especially when your husband was commander-in-chief for 8 years, and think there will be people who hear this clip who have no arms and legs thanks to these wars that we fought in Iraq and Afghanistan? I mean, I know some of them, and they will drag themselves out to run the Tunnel to Towers race and other races to raise money for other suffering veterans and firefighters who got hurt on 9/11 and so on, and their families are surviving, who have actual problems that were basically brought on them by...
As they wrap up, Megyn and Tucker say they're all ready, bracing for the next classic Obama moment, another big speech filled with grand themes and smooth delivery. They find it a bit ironic when wealthy public figures like him speak passionately about climate change while living in oceanfront mansions and flying private jets. Tucker recalls the time Obama told struggling coal miners to learn to code and chuckles at how disconnected that advice felt. Both agree that while Obama always knew how to command a room, speeches don't always solve real-world problems. The more he talks, the more people start noticing the gap between words and outcomes. The message may sound inspiring, but results are what truly matter in the end.